Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler. If you're new, welcome. So I've gotten into a habit as of recently of finding cheap hats and customizing them, because why not? I actually got this one the other day at Goodwill for like $1. And it's been just interesting and fun to, change and adjust stuff. I can't find the stuff that I want, so I started to just make it. And I've been looking for a plain purple hat for the longest time just because I like purple. And it is so difficult to find just a purple hat. I don't understand why. I understand all these other colors having their preferences, but it just blows my mind that I've had such a difficult time finding a purple hat. And don't get me wrong, I love my green Lucky hat with the little fish emblem thing on it, but green is not my favorite color. I like the moonshine hat just because occasionally I like the drink and I thought it was a neat looking hat. And boy, oh boy, did I get a shocking response when I posted that gym clear stuff last night. Apparently, lots of people have had unpleasant experiences with that in Everclear, which I understand, but still. What I've been trying to find for the longest time is a skull and crossbones hat that's just plain with no other logos or symbol, but that seems to just not exist, and that kind of annoys me. Because at one point in time, there was like a behind the scenes documentary that I was watching a while back, and a, I think it was behind the scenes of a Slipknot tour from a couple of years ago. But Sean Cram, number 6 clown, was doing his artsy whatever, and he had just immediately gotten off stage. They were doing a immediately after concert interview thing slash behind the scenes whatever, and he had this plain black hat that had a skull and crossbones on it, and like you could tell that he'd been wearing it for a while. That was one of his preferred hats, and it just had this nice clean look that I liked. And like for the longest time, I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't released a hat like that, because of the fact that there are people that'll buy it. But it intrigues me so much, the fact that I know I can do this now for just the cost of a cheap Sharpie marker and some whiteout, because that's all this is just some cover it, correction fluid, multi-purpose, shake well, danger extremely flammable. Also, that's one of those things that you don't anticipate being flammable. Why? What's in this that makes it flammable? Because there really isn't a ingredients list on it. Extremely flammable, can be away from fire, flame, from children. Do not swallow or inhale. Intentional misuse by deliberately concentrating and inhaling content can be harmful or fatal. It also really intrigues me the fact that we still have so many warnings on stuff and people just can't behave themselves. Think of the Tide Pod thing from a couple of years ago and the fact that there were so many people doing it. I don't understand. It, or maybe I'm not supposed to understand. Maybe it's one of those word cluster things. I don't know. And now in a minute, once I let this dry and possibly apply a second coat, I can just permanent marker whatever I want over this. And I'll be honest, initially I was just gonna do a variation of the word skull and crossbone, but as you can tell in here, I've already put rabbit on it. Because among a lot of other things, I like rabbits. Rabbits are cool. They're fast, they're adorable, they're cute. If they bite you, it hurts like shit. But I used to have a few when I was younger, and they're neat pets, but if you don't get your fingers out of the way when you're feeding them, they will bite the shit out of you. A bit more than I'm going to stop because I have essentially covered what I wanted to cover. Alright, so as you can tell, the weird thing, I like how that looks from that angle and at X because X's just have that cool look, kind of like Z's and Y's and R's. They just look cool. They have, I don't know why I think that, but to me, it's largely just an appearance thing. But yeah, I've actually been debating whether or not to buy a little fleet of these, customize them, and sell them. Let me know down below if anybody would be interested in purchasing a hat that way, because I'm willing to do it. I wouldn't charge a complete arm and a leg, maybe a half. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me for a minute while I was doing that. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the views. Appreciate the subs. Y'all stay tuned.